Hey there, and welcome back to another episode of Be Encouraged Moments. I know we say this on every video or almost every video, but we are so grateful that you are here and that you're tuning into these videos and obviously sharing them because we just keep getting more views and it's wonderful. So thank you for that. Today, I want to talk about being brave. This is a concept that I've talked about, I think, probably on other videos, but I don't know that I've ever talked specifically to this. And so I wanted to bring it up because we actually had a podcast for a while called Brave Enough. And it was inspired out of, obviously, our core message of that you're never alone, but it was this idea of being brave enough to face one more day. And so I want to go into that, and I want to talk about that today on this video. So first things I always ask when I talk about this is, what does brave mean to you, or bravery mean to you? And I actually did this with a group of women, and I had a lot of feedback. Plus, I have a lot of my own opinions about this as well. Right. When I think of bravery, or I think of someone who's brave, I think about our frontline people, the people who protect us, who serve us, who heal us when we're sick, all those kinds of things, or scientists who have come up with cures for cancer, or not cancers, but for, ailments that we face every day. I think about people who put themselves in situations that are dangerous or unsafe or whatever the scenario may be to make our lives better. I by no means think that I qualify under that tier. Back years ago, when I was going through all the ugliness, a lot of people would tell me how brave I was and how I was facing this with so much bravery. And I just couldn't wrap my brain around that. And so there was one night that, this was again years ago, Marley and I were watching Chronicles of Narnia. And I love that book. If you haven't read it, I highly recommend it. C.S. Lewis, wonderful. But we were watching The Lion, the Witch, and the Wardrobe, because there's like 6 books in that series. And I'm actually rereading it right now. So this kind of brought this all back up for me. And there's a scene in the movie and where Lucy is talking to Father Christmas, and she's worried about this upcoming battle or they're getting ready to face. And Father Christmas just looks down at her and says, "You just are gonna have to be brave enough." And that just rung true with me at that point in my life, and it has stuck to the point where I started a podcast with Jan entitled Brave Enough, to the point of which I got it tattooed on my arm, because it changes the word for me. And I don't know if that's true for everybody else, but that's why I want to talk about it, because I want it to change it for all of you. Enough is completely flips that word to have a whole new meaning. Now it's not this concept of doing unthinkable things or things that feel like they're out of your grasp, because when you put the enough on it, it's just enough energy or just enough willpower or just enough faith to get you through what you're dealing with at that exact moment. So the terminology brave enough has become a mantra for me. I think it gives us the opportunity to realize that we have enough bravery, just enough to focus on the things that we need to focus on. And there's a scripture that I want to share with you guys today that also drives this point home for me. And this scripture has been with me for a very long time. And it was really funny, the timing. Yesterday in our devotions, we all revisited our favorite quotes. And this was the quote that I wrote 8 years ago? Yeah. And it is still very much a powerful quote to me. So this is from Isaiah chapter 41, verses 9 through 10. "You are my servant. I have chosen you and not cast you off. Do not fear, for I am with you. Do not be afraid, for I am your God. I will strengthen you. I will help you. I will uphold you with my victorious right hand." Just wows all over. That whole verse for me is just amazing. Do not be afraid. I'm with you. And that is something we tell you every day on these videos. You are not alone. Not only do you have God in your corner, but you have people in your corner that you don't even realize you have. Right. Me and Jan being an example. You may have never even met us before, but we are here and we are praying for you every single day, even if you haven't sent us a prayer request. God is with you in everything you do. Do not be afraid. I am your God. This part, the next part, is the part that really sings true with me. I will strengthen you. I will help you. I will uphold you, not with my right hand, but with my victorious right hand.
That makes a huge difference right there.
And exactly, that's always a key word for me, that my victorious right hand. You will see victory in whatever you are facing with God at your side. And I said it, I don't know, a couple videos ago, God never works the way we expect him to work. He never does it on the timetable that we expect him to do it on, but he is doing it and he is there. And all you have to do is be brave enough to accept this statement and take the time to sit with God. God will guide you. God will support you. God will be in all of that with you. And I'm talking big stuff, little stuff, all of the stuff in between. Jan and I, literally before I turned the recording button on, Jan and I were talking about stuff that the two of us are facing right now. In the grand scheme of stuff, it's little. It is very little, but it's weighing on us right now. And so being brave enough to put one foot in front of the other, to get through today, to face tomorrow, and take it in small doses. Don't worry about tomorrow. Focus on today. Focus on the thing you got to get through right now. Again, when I was going through all of this, and this became like a very big thing for me, it was being brave enough to focus on my daughter, brave enough to put one foot in front of the other, brave enough to accept the life that was forming now for me, not the life that I had always thought that I would have, but the life that was now becoming. And it's a glorious life. I love the life that I live. I love the life that I have with my daughter. And again, it was that concept of just being able to get through one more day. Yeah. There's a movie out that I absolutely love. Again, I know I've talked about it with you guys on here, and I'm not going to go into the depths of it, but there's a movie called Brave, and it's about this mother-daughter relationship, and the daughter having to face her fears, and all kinds of really cool stuff. And within that came out a quote from that as well, and I want to share this one with you as well. There are those who say fate is something beyond our command, that destiny is not our own, but I know better. Our fate lives within us. You only have to be brave enough to see it. I think that we, throughout our lives, have the opportunity to choose the paths that we take. We're given opportunities, but God is always in that. And I don't know if you're picking up on the thread that I'm throwing down right now, but you need to keep God at the center of everything that you do, because God is always going to be there with you. And while you may choose this path and not that path, that's you choosing your destiny, your fate, as the quote was saying. But that doesn't mean that it is always going to be easy. Doesn't mean that it's always going to go exactly the way that you expect it to be, but you are becoming the person that God designed you to be in the choices that you make. Again, we're all going to hit hard spots in our life, and I'm not saying that the hard things are the things that you're choosing. Those are just part of living life. I want all of you to be encouraged today. I want all of you to know that when we say that you're not alone, that's not just a catchphrase for us. That is something that we hold very near and dear to our heart every single day. We meet multiple times a week to talk about how we can reach you and let you know that you're not alone. And if it's in these videos, fantastic. If it's in something else that we can offer you, let us know. We do have a prayer request page on our website that you can submit your prayers to. You may not feel comfortable doing that. That's fine. Shoot us an email. Give us a call. All of that information is on our website. We want to walk this journey with you. We want to be that extension of God's faithfulness for you. We want you to know that there are people there that love you and that you are brave enough. I know I said at the beginning, bravery is a hard concept for me to wrap my brain around, and maybe that's true for you too. So start looking at it from a different perspective. It's brave enough. I wanted to say thank you again for joining us, and I hope that this video has reached you and allowed you to maybe look at things a little differently. I hope all of our videos have some impact for you. Let us know if they do or don't. I want to thank you for joining us for our Be Encouraged moments and remind you to be brave enough. Thank you.